The Alliance for Equality of Blind Canadians is pleased to bring you training on a variety of assistive technologies. Please like and subscribe. All right. Hello, everyone. My name is Ryan Fleury, and I am the second Vice President of the Alliance for Equality of Blind Canadians. In this session today, I'm going to be doing an overview of the Overcast podcast app on iOS. I have my iPhone 15 in front of me here, and hopefully I've got the speech rate at a speed that everybody will be comfortable with. So let's open Overcast.
Media folder, 14 apps. Media, heading.
And is that voice rate okay for most people?
Tube. Netflix. Prime Video.
It's
OER
good.
Streamer.
Thank you.
VLC. AMI. Overcast.
There's my Overcast app. I will double tap and open that.
Overcast. Settings. Button.
So the Overcast interface is a very simple and clean interface. The first item in focus in the top left-hand corner is the Settings button, and I'm just going to swipe to the right.
Search. Button.
And that was Search,
Playlists. Heading.
Playlists,
Downloaded. Button.
Downloaded,
Progress. Button.
the Progress, which is the status of how much has been played in your current show.
Start. Button.
Starred, that's like a favorite button.
Playlist. Button. Pop-up button. Podcasts. Heading. Filter. Current. Button. Selected. Filter. All. Button.
And these filters for current and all will show you your current podcast that's playing, or all of the podcasts that you have subscribed to.
Selected. Filter. All. Button.
And that's the main screen. So I'm going to move my finger back up to the top and activate the Settings button.
Settings. Button. Done. Button.
And I just double tapped on Settings, and I'm going to swipe to the right again.
Settings. Heading. Sync profile. Button.
Sync profile. So the Overcast app is free, but there is also the option to pay for the app. And what the payment basically does is removes ads from the Overcast app, and there isn't many, if any, because I've barely ever seen them. And it gives you a couple other features as well, but mainly it's the ad removal.
Notifications. Button.
So you can enable notifications, so when there's a new episode released, Overcast will notify you.
Overcast Premium. Button.
That's the Overcast Premium that you can pay for.
Listening stats. Button.
Your listening statistics, so how many hours you may have listened.
History and undo. Button.
History and undo.
Manage storage. 8 MB. Button.
Managing your storage, so if you've been downloading a whole bunch of shows, you can go in and remove them.
Download. Automatically. Button.
You can set Overcast to download your podcasts automatically, or just stream them as you're listening to them.
Delete. When completed. Button.
Delete when completed. And sorry, my voiceover is kind of cutting off some of the speech there. It's because of the setup I currently have.
Episode limits. Button.
Episode limits. I'm not really sure what that one is. Maybe the number of episodes that are being shown per podcast.
Seek back by.
And I think it was
Episode
feedback.
limit. Seek back by.
Oh, seek back by. So you can fast forward and rewind your episodes, and you can change the amount of time you're speeding up or slowing down as you're scanning through your episode.
30 seconds. Button. Pop-up button.
The default is 30
Actions available.
seconds. And if I double tap on that,
5 seconds. Pop-up button.
there's 5 seconds.
Seek forward by. 5 seconds. Button. 5 seconds. Pop-up button. 90 seconds.
90,
60 seconds.
60.
45 seconds.
I'm just swiping up with one finger to adjust
30
those
seconds.
time values.
15 seconds. 10 seconds.
And I just double tap on the one I want, and I can swipe to the right again.
Seek forward by.
There's the seek forward.
30 seconds. Button. Pop-up button.
And you would do the same, double
Actions
tap,
available.
and then swipe up with one finger or down with one finger.
Seek by lock screen slider. Switch button. Off.
So you have a lock screen slider as well. So if your screen is locked and your episodes are still playing, your slider is still available to allow you to seek forward or backwards through your episode.
Theme button.
That's your theme,
See
I think it
theme
said.
button.
Theme. So you can change your wallpaper.
Customize home screen button.
Customize your home screen.
Picky details button.
And nitpicky details. I don't really know what's in there. We can go in and take a look.
Settings, back button. Nitpicky details, heading. Stop after each episode, switch button, on.
So it'll stop playing after each episode instead of continuous play.
An episode ends, stop playback instead of starting the next episode. Smart resume, switch button, on.
Smart resume.
Wind slightly after pausing, and slightly adjust seeks to fall between words. Seek acceleration, switch button, on. Increase the interval when repeatedly seeking to skip more time quickly.
And it's just giving you information as to what each of those options do.
Tap play, switch button, off. Immediately play episodes when tapped in a list, rather than expanding them. Play top episode next, switch button, off.
So there's a lot of different settings. You can go in and customize the player for however you want it to behave. I'm going to close the settings option
97% battery
here.
settings, back button.
Double tap.
Nitpicky details, button. Delete, done, button. Settings, button.
So we're back on the main screen, and I'm going to go over to search
Search, button.
and double tap,
Done, button.
and I'll swipe to the right.
Search podcasts, heading.
There's my search podcast heading.
URL, button.
So if you know the URL or website address for the RSS feed for your podcast, you can manually copy or type it in.
Search, image, search. Search, text field.
And there's my search text field. So I'm going to double tap.
Text field is editing, search, insertion point at start.
And I'm going to type in, what am I going to type in? Let's try AEBC.
Cap A, E, E, S, D, X, C, V, B, B, Z, X, C, C.
And
Return.
if I
Return.
double tap
More
on
podcasts,
return,
heading.
and let's see if AEBC audio comes up.
Search podcasts, heading. Add URL, button. Search, image, search. E, text field. Close, button. Selected, scope, podcasts, button. Scope, my episodes, button. More podcasts, heading. AEBC Audio, Alliance for Equality of Blind Canadians, button.
And there it is. So if I double tap on that,
Wearing the Poppy with Meaning, November 5th, 2025.1, 48, button.
and there's our most recent episode about wearing the poppy. And if I swipe to the left,
Enjoy audio versions of our most popular content. Add podcast, button.
I can double tap on add the podcast, and that'll subscribe me to that show.
Back button.
And so now if I swipe to the right,
Menu, button. Back menu, button.
there's a menu button,
Podcast settings, button.
settings.
Search episodes, button.
I can search for a specific episode.
AEBC Audio, heading, image, AEBC, audio, AEBC Audio. Alliance for Equality of Blind Canadians. Following, button.
And I know I'm subscribed because it now says I'm following.
Episodes. Selected, filter, current, button.
So here's my filters again, and by default, current episode is selected. So if I swipe into the episode list,
Filter, all, button. Wearing the Poppy with Meaning, November 5th, 2025.1, 48, button, pop-up button.
that's the wearing the
Actions
poppy.
available.
And if I swipe to the right,
One episode. One episode.
it's only showing me the one episode. But if I swipe back to
Wearing
the
the Poppy
left
with Meaning, filter, all, button.
and choose the all filter,
Selected, filter, all.
and then swipe back to the
Wearing the
right,
Poppy with Meaning, November 5th, 2025.1, 48, button, pop-up button.
and
Actions available.
I can swipe to the right again.
Training Tuesday, The Ins and Outs of Podcasts, Part 1, November 4th, 2025.1 hour. Getting started with podcasts.
And so all the
October
other
30th,
episodes are
2020.
here in the episode list. So I'm going to go back to the top,
Wearing the Poppy with Meaning, back button.
and that's right arrow swipe.
New, button.
And let's see what we have in the menu.
Open website button.
So we can open the website, which would take us to blindcanadians.ca.
Selected. Mark all as unplayed button.
I can mark all the episodes as unplayed.
Selected. Mark all as played button.
Mark them all as played.
Delete all episodes button.
Delete them all.
Delete podcast button.
Delete the podcast.
Dismiss context menu button.
And dismiss the menu. So I'm going to do that.
Back button.
And if I swipe to the right.
Menu button. Podcast settings button.
And let's see what's in podcast settings.
Done button. AEBC audio heading. Follow new episodes. Switch button on. Pin to top of podcasts list. Switch button off. Episodes heading. Sort current. Newest to oldest button. Pop up button.
So I can change the
Actions
sort
available.
order for this show.
Sort all. Newest to oldest button. Pop up button. Download. Automatically button. Pop up button. Delete. When completed button. Pop up button. Episode limit. Unlimited button. Pop up button. Audio heading. Skip intro off. Off. Adjustable. Skip outro off. Off. Adjustable.
And so you can customize all of these settings in here to suit the way you want to listen to podcasts.
Off. Adjustable.
I'm going to go back
Done
to the
button.
Done button and double tap.
Done. Back button.
So if we go back to the episode list,
Training Tuesday. The ins and outs of podcasts. Part 1. No.
and if we double tap to begin playing,
Play button.
the players come up.
Overcast. Now playing. AEBC audio. Tech Training Tuesday.
So
The ins.
thank you everybody for joining me on this trip through an introduction to podcasts.
So the podcast begins playing. And I just used a 2-finger double tap to pause the episode, but there are player controls at the bottom. So I'll move my finger down there.
Toolbar. Audio settings. Button.
And if we swipe,
Close. Button. USB audio. Go forward 30 seconds. Button. Play. Button. Go backward 10 seconds. Button. 12 seconds. With 1 hour, 1 minute, 54 seconds left. Adjustable.
so that's the play time and how long the episode is.
AEBC audio. Image. AEBC.
That's
Audio.
the show title.
Now playing. AEBC audio. Tech Training Tuesday. The ins and outs of podcasts. Part 1. Now playing. AEBC audio. Toolbar. AirPlay audio. Button.
You've also got an AirPlay button, so if you had a device you could AirPlay to, you could listen on that
Audio
device.
settings. Button. AirPlay audio. Button. Sleep timer. Button.
There's a sleep timer,
More. Button. Sleep more. Button.
and let's go into more.
Delete episode. Button.
We can delete the episode.
Selected. Mark as played. Button.
Again, Mark is played, and
Star. Button.
we've seen these.
Go to podcast. Button. Share link at current time. Button. Share link. Button.
Share a link to the show.
Miss context menu. Button. Now playing. AEBC audio.
So that's really the basic overview on how to use Overcast on iOS. The interface is clean, it's not cluttered, and everything is read out to you. There's no unlabeled buttons. Everything's very accessible with your swipes, taps, and double taps. The player controls are all accessible. So that's really all I have. Now, Overcast is not available on Android. And so if you're on an Android device, a couple of your options would be Pocket Casts, it's called, or Podcast Addict, or Antenna Pod. I'm not 100% certain how accessible those are because I haven't looked at them in a few years because I'm an iOS iPhone user. But those are options for you on Android to check out as well. Right now I'll open up to questions. Feel free to unmute yourself or raise your hand. And
Sharon.
Sharon?
Hi. A couple of things, I think. When I'm finished with a podcast, I get a something where it says close, and I close it, and then I can do it'll say marked as played, and then or swipe up and I can delete. Do you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. But every once in a while, it won't delete for me for whatever reason. And it seems to be certain podcasts that don't work in the usual way. And it made me wonder whether there are different formats for how these podcast feeds come in and whether that makes a difference.
It really shouldn't because you're using the Overcast controls
Mm-hmm.
to swipe up and find the delete option. So, your Overcast is just grabbing the shows. You're not actually going to the show's website. So the controls should be available to you just like in other shows where it is working. I don't
But
understand why they wouldn't
okay,
allow you to delete.
but you can go into, you said you can go into more, right?
Yes.
And find the delete there.
Yes.
Right. Okay, that's a good thing. The other question I had is I saw how you added a podcast, and that's worked for me a lot of the times, but sometimes, um, like what was I trying to do? I was trying to get um, the daily from New York Times, and I said in the search field, New York Times, the daily, and it showed it, but it didn't seem to, I didn't seem to be able to add it. I could say following, but I'm not sure that's the same.
Yeah, the only time it should say following is once you've already added it. Because up
Yeah,
until then, if you're not following the podcast, it'll say follow, which
follow.
means you
Uh-huh.
can double tap on that, and that'll be like subscribing to the show as well. But if it says
So that,
following, then you're already subscribed.
okay, but you, if it says follow, it's the same as add.
Yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
yeah. It
Okay,
means you
that's
want to
good.
you want to subscribe and follow that show.
Okay. Okay.
So if you do
Thank you.
see that, then try that option.
Try that way. And sometimes I think depending on how you say it, it gets you determines what list you get, you know,
Absolutely. And
of
there's
potential
so many
podcasts.
podcasts that are named very similar, if not the same. Like
Mm-hmm.
if you were to do a search for, I don't know, the blindness podcast, you're probably going to find 15 of them called the blindness podcast, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So
Um,
the more specific you can be in the name, then the better your results will be.
so I did find that if you double tap on it, it'll give you a little description of it. And so if you know um, what it's supposed to be,
Right.
that can help.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's a good app. I mean, he had a did an update. Has it been a year ago, maybe, that changed it a little?
Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't mind my apps update automatically,
I mean,
but
I mine
from
did mine did too, but
yeah, so I
I
haven't
had
really
heard that there,
noticed.
yeah, there was going to be an update about it. Um, is there any advantage? Are the other podcast apps? I know there's Downcast and Apple Cast. I've never messed with those.
Yeah, if
Um,
you go to our YouTube channel, Marcy, who's here today, last week, I believe it was, did one on using the Apple Podcasts app that
uh huh.
your
Uh
device
huh.
comes with.
Yeah. I mean, I'm perfectly happy with this one.
Hmm.
Because I think it's pretty easy to use.
Yeah, it's clean, it's uncluttered,
Hmm.
and it's whatever you get used to.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Sometimes an update will come out and it'll break your app, right? So then you're looking for a different alternative, and maybe it'll be the
Right,
Apple
right.
Podcasts or
Yeah.
Downcast or something else.
From what I've heard, this is a mainstream application. It's not blindness specific.
That's right. It's a mainstream app developed by, from what I read earlier today, one developer. So, there aren't a lot of features that come out on a regular basis. It sounds like it's just one guy working on it. And it's one I've used for quite some time. So it's maintained and it's stable. And
Hmm.
I've had no issues with it.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Anyone else have any questions?
So far, just that's it.
Really? Was
No
that
one
clear
else.
and concise? Everybody knows it now?
The
There's a
test
test.
is tomorrow.
That's right. You all have to record yourself showing me how to use Overcast.
And Sharon, Apple Podcast is a lot more cluttered. Ryan's right. Overcast is is very uncluttered and Apple is very cluttered.
Okay.
It
That's
works. It works completely. And in fact, the the podcast he started playing was the one that I did on podcasts and the Apple Podcast app. So you can find it on the AEBC audio podcast, or you can find
right.
it
Right.
on our YouTube channel, which is Blind Canadians. Um,
Well, I
other
have no reason to
than
switch, especially if it's cluttered.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. The difference between Overcast and Apple Podcast is incredible.
Okay.
It's
Okay.
just yeah, it's very cluttered.
And there's a lot of choice out there. If you find one that is, cluttered or you're having unlabeled buttons show up, then, there's lots of free apps and alternatives to try, right?
Hmm.
Another popular one is Downcast. And so
Yes.
maybe at
Right.
some point, we'll do a session on Downcast as well.
One thing I did try just for the heck of it one time was instead of looking for a particular podcast, I'd said, I don't know, religion or some category
Mm-hmm.
just to see what would come up. And oh my goodness,
Yep.
there's a lot of it.
There really is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Even just for
Yeah.
Now
example here,
playing.
let me
AEBC. Now
jump
playing.
back out of
AEBC
here.
odd 12 seconds. AEB. Now playing. Now playing. AEBC.
Let me get
Now
out of
playing.
there.
AEBC 12 seconds. Go backward play.
You're
Go
doing that.
forward
Okay.
30 seconds.
That's me,
USB
yeah.
audio
Okay.
toolbar. Close
So I'm going to
button.
close that.
There's that's the
Overcast.
close
Tech
button.
Training Tuesday.
Yeah.
The ins and
And
outs
then
of
you can,
podcasts.
when you get there, that's where you flick up to delete it.
Okay, I didn't do that. I just double tapped
Yeah.
on the close button to close it, but
Right. But to delete it, you can do it there. Yeah.
right, yeah.
Back button.
And
Menu.
so if we go
Back
back
button.
here,
AEBC audio.
go back to my
AEBC play
search,
button. AEBC settings button. Search button.
search,
Done button.
and let's
Search
go over
podcast.
here.
Add URL button. Search image. Search e text field. Text field is editing.
we'll
E
delete
delete.
that.
C B E cap A.
And if we just try disabilities and blindness.
Delete. Return.
And let's see if it actually
Did it
took my
take it?
dictation.
Turn.
Let's see
Text
here.
field. Close. But text search. Image text field.
It doesn't look like it did.
Text field is editing. Word mode. Insertion point at
Try
end.
that again. Disability and blindness.
Search text field is editing. Word mode. Insertion point at end.
That's
interesting.
weird.
Yeah, I think it's because I'm connected to an audio mixer,
Yeah,
audio
yeah,
setup
yeah.
and stuff here,
It's-
so it's
It's
not
not working.
Button.
doing the dictate,
Text close.
which
Button.
is interesting.
Selected. Scope. Pod. Scope. Q. Scope. My
Not
episode.
actually
Return.
the dictate
Dictate.
button. Disability and blindness.
Return. Podcast from the Prairie. Perennial Films. Button. Murder Made Fiction. Next Gen Console.
Well, I
Done.
don't know
Button.
what it
Done.
searched
Oh, really?
for
Podcast.
here.
Add
Let's
URL.
take a look
Search.
here.
Image. 3. Close. But 3. Text field.
3. Well, that's interesting.
Close. Button.
So if we look at our
Selected.
results
Scope.
here,
Scope. My episode. More podcasts. Heading. Wait. Ellipsis. Don't tell me. NPR. Button.
got NPR.
The Daily Stoic. Daily Stoic Vertical Line Backyard Ventures. But Next Gen Console Watch. IG. Murder Made Fiction. Bloody.
So it doesn't matter what you search for, you'll find something.
I have a question about Overcast.
Mm-hmm.
How
We lost you, Mercy.
Oh, we lost you. Oh, dear. Oh, my.
Are you there?
That happened so fast.
Murder Made Fiction.
Yeah, she's had some internet issues for a little while, off and on. We'll give her a minute. I'll back out of here. Oh, she's left. We'll give her a minute to come back.
Podcast.
Okay, I think I'm back,
And
maybe.
you are. Yep.
Okay. I so what I was trying to ask when my internet decided to do its thing, was does it have tabs at the bottom?
No.
So no.
No.
So all of your podcasts that you are subscribed to, do they all show on that first page?
Yes. So let me just
That
back
could
out
be
here for a
Podcast. Back button.
second.
Add
So let me
Well,
podcast.
back out
if
of
you
the
do
home.
wow.
if you do
Search
current
podcasts.
ones,
Back
it'll
button.
just show your current episodes.
Search
That's
podcasts.
right. So
Back
let me
button.
That's
back
Search
what
out
I
of
do.
podcasts.
here
Done. Button.
and close
Done.
that.
AEBC Audio. Tech Training Tuesday.
And let me.
Settings. Button.
So on my home screen right now, I've
Search.
got the
Button.
settings,
Recent.
the
Button.
search,
Playlists. Heading. Downloaded.
recent
In
playlist,
progress.
download.
Start. Button. Add playlist. Podcasts. Filter. Current. Button.
So if I change my filter to current, I'm only going to see the current ones that I'm listening to. If I change it to all,
Selected. Filter.
which is
All.
what it
Button.
is,
AEBC Audio.
you're going to see
Alliance for
everything that
Equality
I'm
of Blind
subscribed
Canadians.
to. So
Button.
you would see ABC,
AEBC
but that's the
Audio.
only one I'm
Alliance.
subscribed to right now.
Oh, okay. Right. I'm subscribed to too many.
Well,
Me too.
I actually cleaned mine out for the demo today. I deleted
Oh,
everything.
Oh, you got to put it
great.
back all back in.
That's easy. That doesn't take long. There wasn't actually that many, actually, but it's easy enough to do. But yeah, it's
Okay.
very, very uncluttered. There's
AEBC
Wow.
Audio.
nothing
Tech
at the
Training
bottom
Tuesday.
here.
AEBC
You've just
Audio.
got your
Tech Train.
playlist of your episodes. So AEBC, and if I just do a quick
AEBC
search and
Audio.
add
AEBC
another
Audio.
one here real quick.
AEBC
Let me
Play.
go over
Settings.
here.
But search. Recent. But search.
Do a
Button.
search.
Done. Button. Search. Add URL. Search. Image. Search. 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 Text field. Text field
We'll
is
get to your
edited.
hands in a
Search.
moment.
Cap F. Cap T. Cap T R R I P P F P E. Return. Delete I. Delete R. R R I L P P. Delete L L W E E. Space Shift Z X C V V K O I A S S I O O N N. Dictate. Return.
So we're going to look for one called Triple Vision.
Analog. Analog. But done. But search. Add URL. Search. In Triple Vision. Text field. Close. Button. Selected. Scope. Scope. My episode. More podcasts. Triple Vision. Pandora Project. Button.
And there it is.
That's the one.
All right.
On Triple Vision.
Double
The
tap
Pandora
on
Project
that,
brings you the
and if I
history of
swipe,
disability. On Triple. Add podcast.
There's
Button.
add.
AEBC Audio. Tech Training Tuesday. The ins and outs of
And so if I
Back button.
go back to the main screen,
AEBC Audio. Settings.
there's
Button.
my home screen in Overcast.
Search. Recent. Playlists. Downloaded. In progress. Start. Add playlist. Podcasts. Filter. Current. Selected. Filter. All.
So I'm
Button.
on all.
AEBC Audio.
So
Alliance for
there's
Equality.
AABC, and if I swipe to the right again,
Triple Vision. Pandora Project. Button.
there's Triple Vision. And
Actions
so
available.
it's not showing me all the episodes, it's just showing me the podcasts themselves, right? So
Great.
AABC, Triple Vision. If I had a third one, it would be under
Triple Vision.
there as well.
Pandora Project.
So it's pretty clean.
Yeah. Yeah, I might change. I just might.
It's worth
I
looking
have
at. Yeah, go ahead,
I
Sharon.
have a friend who has his set up, and you can do this in the settings where they delete after 3 episodes. I personally prefer to delete as I go
Yeah,
because I feel like I have better control over it. But there's a lot of different ways to do it, I guess.
there is, and there's a
Yeah.
lot of settings for customization.
And Louise has had her hand up for a while.
Go ahead, Louise.
Okay, I'm going to ask the questions because there might be people listening. This is a good one. So when you have a podcast, this is True Provision, okay? Does it show you from like at the top the latest one going down the list? Does it give you numbering of it? So if you said to me, "Hey, I did that episode on 295," could I go find that easily? Of looking for something in like in something that's got 400 or 500 episodes. Someone said, "Did you listen to this episode? It had some information. Could you go back and find it easy on the list?"
So, yes and no. So you can have, as I showed earlier in Overcast, under the settings, you can have it show your most recent episode first. So you can sort them oldest to newest or newest to oldest. You can't I don't believe you can search for a specific episode. I haven't tried that. I've usually had to do 3-finger swipe up to quickly swipe through episodes to find what I'm looking for. So let me quickly jump into Triple Vision.
AEBC Triple Vision. AEBC Audio. Tech Training Tuesday. The Ins and Outs of Podcasts. Part 1. Button.
I don't know why it read me
Play.
that one.
Button. Back button.
Oh, that's the player. It's back out of there.
Triple Vision. AEB Triple Vision.
Triple Vision.
AEBC Audio. Tech Training Tuesday. The Ins and Outs of Podcasts.
Oh, that's
Part 1.
interesting.
Button. Play. Back button. Menu. But podcast settings. Search episode. Triple Vision. Heading.
Okay,
Search
so
episodes.
there is a search
button.
episodes button. So yes, you could, once you open the podcast like Triple Vision, double tap on that search episodes, type in your episode number that you were looking for, press the search button, and then it would take you to that episode.
So you can do it by the name or by the number. That's good.
If there's
Hey,
a number, now it's going to really depend. If we look at the Triple Vision episodes here,
Triple Vision. Head. Triple Vision. Pandora Project. Following. Button. Episodes. Selected. Filter. Filter. All.
and
Button.
we're going to do all
Selected.
episodes.
Filter. All. Disability History Month Part 4. A2 Spirit Journey can take.
So there's no numbers. It's Disability Journey.
Disability History Month.
Disability
We grow a custom-
History.
Disability History Month Part 2. Disability History Month Part.
So you couldn't type in episode, 1, and it would take you there. You'd have to know the name of the episode. But that's on this podcast. Some podcasters may number their podcast. So 01, 02, 03. If I quickly add AT Banter, because our episodes are numbered, let's take a quick look and see what that looks like.
Button. Settings. Button. Search. Recent. Search. Button. Done. Button. Search. Add URL. Search. Triple Vision. Text field. Text field. Return. Delete. N. O. I. V. E. R. Cat T. Selected. Cap A. Cap A. G. T. T. Space. Z. X. C. B. 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 A. A. B. N. N. T. T. E. E. R. R. Return. At home with the Tom at Banter. Text field. Close. Selected. Scope. More podcast. At Banter podcast. Rob Minold. Steve Barclay. Ryan Fleury. Liz Malone. Button.
That's the one there.
At Banter's goal is to add podcast. Button.
Add. All right, so if we look at our
AEBC
episode
Audio.
list,
Tech Training Tuesday. AEBC Play. Button. Back button. Menu. Button. Podcast settings. Search episodes. At Banter podcast. Heading. Image. At Banter podcast. Rob Minold. Steve Following. Button. Episodes. Selected. Filter. Filter. All. Selected. Filter. All. At Banter Podcast Episode 443. Staying on the board with Brett the Blind Kid. At Banter Podcast Episode 442.
so 442. So let's just do a quick search for an episode.
Banter Selected. Filter. Episodes. Following. But Rob Minold.
I
At
can
Banter
find
Podcast.
it.
At Banter Podcast. Search episodes. Button. Done. But text field. Is editing. Search. Word mode. Insertion point at start.
And let's just type in, 212.
Selected. Numbers. 4. Semicolon. 3. 2. 2. 1. 1. 2. 2. Return. At Banter Podcast Episode 212. Be My Eyes. September 28th, 2020.
There you go. So it took me right to episode 212. Be My Eyes was an interview we did, and I could double tap on that and begin playing. So if there's numbers, sure, that makes it a little bit easier to do a search. If somebody says, can you look for episode blah, blah, blah. But, again, the search is there. You'd have to know what it is you want to search for, of course. If somebody says, can you look for the Disability Justice podcast on July 24th? The more information you have, the better, right? Your search results will be. As you just saw with AT Banter, you can just type in episode number. But with Triple Vision or AEBC Audio, we don't have episode numbers, so that wouldn't work. Was that helpful?
yes, that was very helpful because it shares which ways there's different ways you have to learn to do it
Yeah.
and what the options are. So
Yep.
thank you.
You're welcome. Anyone else have their hand up? Going once. Hello to the newcomers, or you came late, but this is being recorded and will be up on our YouTube channel. Going once. Going twice. I'm going to start singing. Nobody wants that. 3 times, gone. All right.
All right.
Well, I'll end it there. I want to thank everybody for your time this afternoon, and hopefully you got something out of how to use the Overcast app on iOS. If you do have any questions, feel free to reach out to me if you want at vp2@blindcanadians.ca, and make sure you check us out online at blindcanadians.ca and like and subscribe. Thank you for checking out our content. To learn more about the Alliance for Equality of Blind Canadians, please visit www.blindcanadians.ca. And if you haven't already, please like and subscribe.